All the docket. In custody, we have Jose Manares, Richard Morley. Thank you. Isaiah Verjou. Thank you. Sean Smith. Sean Aaron Smith. Carlo Madrigal Hernandez. Thank you. Fernando Trujillo. Javier Esparza. Katrina Ruiz. Thank you. Eros Rodriguez. Your Honor. Oh, thank you. Custody, we have Norma Elizondo, Jennifer Cano.
Here, Your Honor.
Clarissa Shepard.
Here.
In custody, we have Sean Patrick Cormie, Victor Rodriguez, Erica Rodriguez, and Satari Portillo is at 11. Is there anyone present whose name was not called? What is your name? Ooh, I'm sorry, the first name? And last name? All right. Do you know who your attorney is? Do you have a SID number or case number? The number should probably be an NM number.
Case number NM 732382.
All right. Have you had any contact with your attorney or no?
No.
All right. We're going to see if we can get your attorney here. Anyone else? Yes. What's your name? Do you know your case number or SID number?
Case number is NM 732253.
All right. Do you know who your attorney is?
Yes. Joanne Eagle.
All right. Have you had any contact with her?
No.
All right. Just give us a moment. We'll make sure you get in touch with her today. Anyone else on this side? On this side. All right. Everyone, please confer. And for persons whose attorneys are not here yet, you may want to pick up the phone and call them because we're recessing at 12. So if you want to step outside and call them, you can, and then just make sure you come back into the courtroom. And Elijah, you can remain in the courtroom and we'll get in touch with your attorney.
Okay.
I'm looking into the record.
All right, thank you. Yes. Well, she'll send me, someone else will send me photos of her when she completes the puzzles. That's why when everyone here is talking about that sunflower puzzle.
Every day there will be a piece missing.
So my mom does a lot of puzzles. So that last puzzle, and she told me that should be in the difficult series.
Judge, mom is experienced.
How are we gonna make excuses?
She has that eye to just put everything together.
And look at us. We have six people working on one puzzle. We should be ashamed. We should bow our heads in shame for not having finished that puzzle that's been out since December, and we're about to be working on that puzzle for an entire year. We should all be ashamed. You know what?
That's the part we got now.
Well, here's the funny thing. I thought about putting it in a box and sending it to mom, but I know she would get it done. But yeah, she said that tree was difficult. So we should be, I don't know if we should just be ashamed or ashamed and embarrassed that we can't complete a simple puzzle that's one sunflower.
I'm not embarrassed.
But are we ashamed?
No, not in the least.
So what, do we need children's puzzles that maybe have 20 pieces? A 20-piece puzzle and we're still struggling with it.
But that sunflower is so hard. It's all one. Very difficult.
I think Mr. Gomez is here.
Okay.
Mr. Lamir's,
Okay.
I think. So, He's not on the docket. It was from yesterday. The case manager,
Yes.
we called her back and she didn't answer.
Oh, well, let me call her right now.
Mr. Lamir, right?
On the bear, yes, and I also have the executive director who wants to come on too.
Oh, wow.
This is the information, and so.
Okay, thank you.
I think we have to file that, so you're
Okay,
gonna-
all right, thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
Here,
Sure, if you,
yeah, I mean, I
Can
know
you-
you didn't bring him over, but it kind of, he already knows, I explained to him before.
all right. So what we can do is we can actually talk to whoever you want to zoom in and see where we are with that. And
Okay.
then I can ask the deputies to order him and he'll be over probably by 11.
Okay,
But we can still go ahead and talk to the manager. We can either talk to the manager now if they're expecting to be on at 9 and they can't be here later, or either we can have them come back.
okay, and I have Miss Monica Mendiola, she's the executive director of breast care. She also, I spoke to her yesterday and she sent a letter.
Deputy Laura, is it possible to order Christopher Lemire?
We could order them, I'm trying to.
Okay.
We'll have a
All right, thank
couple
you.
other cases this morning.
All right, so if you could do that and then just call over here to check in when he comes.
Or somebody can call me.
All right, do you have-
Either
Can you
way.
write your cell number down?
I'll give it, Judge.
All right, thank you. And then Dinah, my mom says we must rest at noon. So we're following that rule, noon. She says Stephanie, you know, we're stopping at noon. Hey, but I will tell you, I told Bob, I said, these were the rules that everybody wanted to agree to. She's like, no, I don't care what the agreement is. Everybody needs a break at noon. Yes.
This salon.
Mhm.
And the, her gig was uninvited, so. I think under the.
Okay.
So then- Yeah. But his position.
So do you have the number for Joanne? Okay.
Yes, I can go ahead and look in both of them.
Okay. Elijah, if you can come forward, please.
Oh,
Yes.
Mr. Morley?
Mhm.
Like, maybe he's in the wheelchair.
Okay, I'll be ready in 30 minutes.
Okay.
So it'd be a while, they want-
Okay, that's no problem. Hi. So with regards to your attorney, Joanne Eckel, do you have a phone number for her or no?
Yes, but it's just a law office.
Okay, so I'm gonna call her now and see if we can get in touch with her. But you don't have a court date for today? We don't have cases in here unless they've been indicted or an attorney requested. So you'll know if your case has been indicted if you receive a cause number that doesn't start with an NM, it'll start with the year and you'll see a CR. All right, but let me call her now and see if she can come over.
Thank you.
All right.
I'll go with that one.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, that's conservative.
And then Miss Barone. Can you come forward, please? Are you going to be able to hire an attorney or are you going to ask for one to be appointed?
One to be appointed.
All right, if you'll remain in the courtroom, we're going to see if we can get you an attorney appointed, all right?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, she is there. Mhm. See, we have reporters right here. We have investigative reporters. But you see, that's why I didn't look at those videos. Mm-hmm. All right, I think they say after this week, we are supposed to go back to 80 or 90 degrees. Yes, and see, people were complaining about the cold. You just can't please some people. It's too hot, then it's too cold.
I like the coat that kills all the bugs, at least the mosquitoes outside.
Yeah. What is the benefit of mosquitoes, though? There has to be a benefit to it. Ah, they say they provide food for fish.
And how come they're all over land and not over the waters?
Well, I guess not that many fish get to them during the larva stage. All right, thank you. And I've texted her. Yes, hello.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
I had a case that was sent to the presiding court yesterday.
Yes,
My client had previously had a competence exam.
yes.
He was determined in that exam to be competent.
Mhm.
It looked like we were going to plead his case,
Mhm.
had a plea deal worked out. And then my client says to me, well, I can't take this deal because I'm innocent.
Mhm.
I asked the court to allow me to ask for another competence exam on him.
Mhm.
And Judge Hurst said that would be advisable.
Okay.
So I've prepared a request to have that done.
All right. If you can go to the back and have them pull his file.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And then we'll take care of it.
Yeah, I do have a request and an order. For
Okay.
that. So let me go put his file and I'll come back and see you.
Okay, sure. Hello. Well, if you want to, they are actually having a jury trial and on the second floor. Because what ends up happening when you're presiding judge, you get a second court. That's called impact court. And you can send trials down there and still have court up here. So if you'll wait for me, this attorney is coming back. I'll take you there. You're welcome. Okay, no problem. Hi.
The clerk is gonna bring the file up.
Okay.
It's got the phone.
All right, sure.
I guess in the meantime, I can ask them to file the original.
Yes.
Originals on top, the other two are copies. And there's an order attached to the second page. I'll get the state their copy. Thank you. And, when that happens. It's quiet in here. It's crazy.
I would love the quietness, right?
No, it's scary.
Well, you think this is the quiet before the storm?
Yes.
No,
Yep.
we're good.
It's too quiet.
Don't put that out in the universe.
This one I'm gonna have to do with this.
Yes, so I can give to the state.
And so I gave you two of them.
Yeah,
I'm happy with you. So-
perfect.
Okay.
Judge, as a matter of,
Mhm.
your knowledge, just clients in the autism spectrum.
Okay, no problem. Oh, he's just doing a evaluation.
Oh, okay, well, they have to file that.
No problem, I understand it. I've left the original here, Judge.
Well, if you give that to me, let me do that now.
She's got,
Yes, okay, yes, ma'am.
And is your client up here?
no, he's in custody.
Okay. All right, so we will file this.
I may have put November thinking it would take me longer. Sorry.
No, that's anticipation. All right. What I'm gonna have you do is if you'll make a copy of this and if you'll take it to Judge Carruthers so they can have it now.
I'll do that, Judge. No problem.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Go.
No. We know it's signed. Thank you.
Actually, don't have.
All right. So everyone, just give me a moment. I'm gonna run to the second floor very quickly. And then I will be back. All right, who's the prosecutor working on Sean Smith?
I can see you, please, Judge.
Yes, it's a possession case and a felon in possession. He has a federal case that's pending.
From the federal case.
Sharon Thorne just sent this email. So I don't know if that makes any difference to you all with regards to what you'll be doing about your case,
Okay, thank you, Judge.
because maybe these cases will go away.
Okay.
And I don't know, you may want to check is what he pled to on the federal side, is it related to the gun case?
I don't know, Judge, I'll look.
And I know that the feds can prosecute the same case that the state can, but maybe you all don't want to, I don't know.
I'll look, Judge.
All right, sure.
Yes, you did send that,
And Norma, can you see if you can get in touch with Joanne Echo?
All right. Thank you.
All right, were you all aware that James Myers has moved to Kentucky?
Yes. Oh, the state?
He's left. Mhm.
No.
And that's.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Mr. Biden is back here? First row. No, it's in.
Sure.
No. He's an officer. He's an officer. Okay.
Will you send me? It's a motion. It's something that is not Yeah. That probably. Uh-huh.
And just.
Which isn't. Well, Friday. No, we did both files and go from there. Colin Brooks, 2023, CR 811.
All right, who is the officer for this? If you can come around this way, please.
Could you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear and affirm all this truth, correct things in your personal life? And are you Detective Rodriguez?
Oh, it's not a bother. This is part of my job and my duties.
Excuse me, do you have a whiteout? Today is the 31st.
Oh, no, that's my fault. I will initial it. Mm-hmm.
Holidays are creeping up.
Oh, it is.
So now this function setting we have working. Yeah.
Find the hard drive.
You're welcome. right, Fernando Trujillo.
I'm present on that, Your Honor. I
All right.
believe he's in federal custody.
Okay. And what is the status of the federal custody case?
I'll check. I believe the cases are still pending.
All right, and I believe this is criminal trial division. It's Trujillo.
Status.
All right, so what is the status for the federal custody?
I can check to see if there's any court dates pending for the federal case, Judge, and then that way we can. Go
All right,
from there.
that's what we were supposed to be doing today, because I have on the docket sheet update on federal
Okay,
custody
so let me-
status.
Let me get that up. There.
All right, thank
Sorry.
you. No problem. All right, and state any idea of what you're doing with Mr. Sean Smith?
I think it's an arson case on the federal side, Judge, which is, I believe, unrelated to the
Mhm.
drug case.
So are you still gonna go forward on the drug case and the theft case if he gets a specific sentence on the federal side?
I think I've actually asked Jason, I think. he only got 5 years on the federal side.
You wanna see what his thoughts are and then come back?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Ginger Ferguson. Hello.
I actually have 2 cases. What I'm doing, she's an older lady that's sitting in jail and she missed court during the Zoom stuff. There's
Mhm.
actually a plea bargain. I think that once we get her in the court, we'll get it resolved. Instead of bonding her out and everything like that. So if we can get it recalled maybe on Friday or Monday, that'd be great.
Look at my calendar.
And he was asking for Friday, I told him he needed to approach you.
Okay.
We only have 1 case.
Okay, we have one case set on Friday.
You said Friday.
No, I mean, we have one case. All right, which case is that?
It's, Christopher Lamir.
All right, Christopher Lamir, we're bringing him,
He's coming.
he's coming today. Yeah. So you say any other day other than
Monday
Friday?
work?
All right, any day before Friday or no?
I can't do it
All
any
right.
other day.
All right, Miss Ferguson. If you'll put this on Monday, then,
And
all
then
right.
I have another one.
just 1 second, I need to write this. And then, is that David Hernandez?
Right, Judge. He's been actually found insane, so we just need to close it out with the not guilty by insanity deal on that, I believe.
All right, so that needs to be Norma
Yes, ma'am.
on this one. Can you see if Judge Carruthers is available to take the insanity plea? Unless, state,
Well, Carruthers refers it back to this court.
no, they usually do the insanity plea.
I just had.
Oh,
hit-
we're,
oh,
we're,
sorry.
we're gonna take care of it.
All right.
So on this case, if you can look up 2020 CR. One, 1, 1, 1, 9, 5. Can you all review that and see if you're gonna have any objections to the evaluation stating that, well, coming to the conclusion that he's insane?
Yes, ma'am.
But the reason why Judge Carruthers will hear it is because this is an aggravated assault with deadly weapon.
Mhm.
So even though they're saying that he's insane, there are still certain protocols that need to be followed. He needs to be in an inpatient facility and have case managers set up for him. So if you all can see if you're going to have any objections to that, and then what I'll do, we'll forward it to Judge Carruthers.
Judge, this confirm it's David Anthony Hernandez.
Yes.
Okay, so it's family violence case, we'll give that to them.
Okay. All right, awesome. Norma, on this case,
Yes, ma'am.
this needs to be forwarded to Judge Carruthers. He's saying that his client was found insane. So if you can forward to Judge Carruthers. and they'll do a plea
I
there.
got you. That just gets confusing because I was in Carruthers Court yesterday with the not guilty, with the insanity finding. They said I'm gonna refer it to the 27.
Yeah, no, what they'll have to do, the prosecutors here will actually have to do the paperwork though, unless there's an attorney down there that's willing to do the paperwork,
Gotcha.
but he'll still be monitored for up to 20 years.
Right, yeah, I'm familiar with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just wait to hear from Carruthers on.
You're welcome. Oh, let me see that file back. I'm sorry.
Let me know what I want.
All right, are you already on, Sean? Sean Smith?
Oh, ma'am, I'm, for the sanity thing.
Okay, all right, thank you. Eros Rodriguez? All right, and counsel you on this side.
What I thought.
Okay. So why is he in custody? Is that for the new case?
He has a misdemeanor assault allegation. And he's been in for about a month,
All right,
5 weeks.
so
Stand corrected.
what are we doing with this case?
We're ready for trial, Judge.
Okay. All right, well, state, is this family violence?
It's us, Judge.
Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
so are you all ready for trial on this case? What are you all gonna do with this
We
case?
have extended an offer to the defense judge.
It appears they're rejecting that offer
So we will be ready for trial.
today.
I would have to call the complaining witness. I didn't know today was, I thought
Oh,
today.
no, well, you want to call and see,
Okay.
and then we'll see where we are.
Okay. I need to go to another court, but I will come back. Is that okay?
Yes. All right,
Thank you. Ron.
you're welcome. And oh, defense and state, who is the alleged complainant in this case?
Who?
The complainant in this case, what is the relationship to him?
The fellow, so the defendant's dad lives in a, I don't know if it's a quasi assisted living place, but it's the fellow who runs that.
Oh, okay,
There's no relationship.
okay,
Or they're acquaintances. I don't-
okay, all righty. It's done.
Doing his best. It's possible to, I mean, there's like a. I get it, that it's barrier to otherwise. Maybe the. PIC is, like this in case, maybe it's about to try.
Hi, you ready?
Yes.
All right, just one moment. All right, yes, I'm Mr. Smith.
Fernando
Yeah.
review.
Oh, you're Trujillo,
Yes,
okay.
sir.
I have a lot of people who are in federal custody. All right, so yes, what's the update?
Okay, so it looks like the continuance was granted recently for trial. Trial is set for February 5th of 2024.
Look at us saying 2024 already.
I know.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. On Fernando Trujillo, if you can set this in March, please. And if everything works out before then, you can let us know. We'll put him on the docket sooner, or they'll let us know.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
I can do March 14th.
All right, March 14th. Is that I don't have children in school, so is that spring break time?
No, I think it's.
Oh, do you have children?
It would be.
I do.
See, look at me. You're not even thinking
I-
about
yeah,
spring
no.
break.
You want to do it the 7th?
Yes.
Yes.
The 7th would be.
Look, the person who doesn't have school children is the only person thinking about the break. All right.
My children, thank you.
Yeah, so we'll say March 7th then. And that will be for another update with federal and state, of course. The court can't do anything until the federal release them, and they're not going to release them until their case is done.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's on, he only has two, right?
Right, but he's not, Office is not on the other. It's one on Gillette, one on Gillette.
Oh, yeah, just,
And I was just wondering.
Okay, I'll check with the office.
okay.
Yeah.
Fix it for you guys.
Those are the ones that she can't even have. There's no way that-
Isaiah Verjus.
Yes, Your Honor, we're ready.
You can just send me.
What was the other one?
Thank you.
Hello.
Good morning, Judge. Happy Halloween.
Oh, yeah, happy Halloween. Trick or treat, right? Oh,
Happy
yeah.
Halloween.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. All right, this is actually scheduled for jury trial. However, family violence is in jury trial and impact court. So I never have them be in trial here and trial down there because they don't have enough manpower.
Absolutely understand, Your Honor. And Brittany's been in contact with me, so
All right.
we are expecting that.
And Your Honor, to update the court, we do have, we're trying to obtain some discovery for defense.
Mhm.
And we intended to do that last week and we didn't have the staff to do it. We have someone going to get that discovery basically as we speak.
Okay, what discovery is this?
So, Your Honor, I gave the evidence to my expert at the end of July.
Mhm.
And for him to be able to review the cell phone extraction that the state had given me. And my expert immediately responded with, this is not the full cell phone extraction.
Oh.
And I was like, yes, it is. And then it was a lot of back and forth. And Miss Mitchell was like, yes, it is. And I was like, no, my expert said no.
Mhm.
And sure enough, she called SAPD and they're like, oh yeah, no, it's not the full extraction. So she's been working on getting me that extraction. If we can excuse my client for the next setting, and then I'm just gonna wait here until I get that drive and I can transfer it over, send it over to my
Okay.
expert.
Yeah, I don't understand. And see, here's the problem. And I'm not blaming anybody before me. But this cell phone extraction has been going on since June 13th, 2022.
Yes, Your Honor, completely aware of it.
And I don't understand why the people who have the information are not turning it over in its entirety.
Well, especially when they sign that little piece of paper saying that they've
Turned over everything. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I don't understand that. So, next time there's anything, and go forth and tell everybody, next time there's some sort of cell phone extraction, everybody needs to subpoena the persons who have the cell phone data. And I want them to be sworn in and to say on the record that they are turning over everything. And then people can have their experts here. And if their expert is here, their experts can say, no, this isn't everything. And then lo and behold, somebody will discover some evidence somewhere.
I've been sharing this information with all my other colleagues saying, did you guys know that when agencies turn it over, it's not the full cell phone? And nobody knew that either. So it's all a learning.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. And I'm assuming they're getting this information to you today?
As soon as I get it, I'm gonna take it over to my expert and my expert can let me know of, yes, this is everything.
All right, how long are you all expecting this jury trial?
I would expect about 3 to 4 days, Your Honor.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson, set this for jury trial. Mr. Berger, I apologize. Well, I really shouldn't be apologizing. The people who didn't turn over the extraction should be apologizing. And the court should be considering, depending on what it says, if people would like certain things excluded, then maybe it will be excluded. And then people will learn they need to turn over things because everybody's entitled to a fair and speedy trial. So this is going to have to probably go into the new year.
Unfortunately, Your Honor, I understand.
Ms. Ferguson, can you give them a date in the first of the new year, please?
Sure. I can do January 16th.
All right, so your jury trial is going to be January 16th. And because you hadn't received the cell phone instruction in its entirety, I'll make that a jury trial date and also a plea deadline date. So if you decide to plea on that date, the court will, of course, accept it and make a decision on whether or not I will fully accept your plea, but you will be given that opportunity.
Thank
But
you, Your Honor.
so jury trial and plea deadline date is on the 16th. All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Is there anything else?
No, that would be all. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Have a seat. Loretta. Last day. Oh, yeah. Last day. Just realized, last day.
Jennifer Cano. All right, state, you're on this side, counsel. All right, so today, an offer was due.
So we were supposed to get the APS records, Your Honor.
Mhm.
The state has requested those records. They're still not here yet.
Why are they not here?
I can't say, Your Honor, we sent out the request, I believe in August, so
Mhm.
why we haven't received a response yet.
So who has the records? APS?
APS has the records.
So is anybody going to subpoena them or people just requesting?
There is a subpoena file. They haven't responded to it yet.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. On this case, reset it in 3 to 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. And whoever has those records needs to be subpoenaed to come here and just do an instanter. All right, what date?
I can do 2 weeks, which will be the 16th, or I can do the 27th. For the following week.
All right, November 16th or November 27th.
27th, Your Honor.
All right, November 27th.
Okay.
And people need to do a subpoena and an instanter and have them bring those records with them. And also on that date, state you need to be prepared to make an offer. All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Oh, this is done.
Okay.
And everyone, let me know when you're ready on Sean Smith. The big file. I know who this is. Yes. Hello. All right. There you go. You're welcome. Yes.
Our cases aren't connected. Is it both you just leave and see when it gets on federal charges? We'll make a decision at that point. He's a good tool.
Okay. Do you still have the email that Sharon Thorne?
Yes, Judge said it was 5 minimum.
And what date did she put on there?
She didn't put a date. She said that she didn't have a court date.
All right, Norma,
Yes, sir.
on Sean Smith. If you'll set that for March 7th,
Thank you, Judge.
you're welcome. And he's in federal custody.
Yes, sir.
And if we hear anything, Judge, we'll let you know. We'll take a look.
Right, thank you. Oops. That's done.
Yes. Like there's another one. Then she said, she was in stand by. She vote, because they vote, I didn't know.
All right, Tollett,
And the person that.
Tollett.
She was an ultimate as a weapon. Scared of that, like it seemed like a victim.
Oh, you're back.
Yes, I am.
All right, can you raise?
This is, analysis of same.
Hello. Hi. Good morning. All right, which one is he attached to? I'm gonna take a guess. Oh, I was, did you guess?
You know what?
All right, can you raise your right hand for me? You swear I can affirm all is true and correct when you trust or knowledge. All right, thank you, and I don't have to ask you if you're that person because I know that's you. All right. Thank you. Yes. Oh, it's going well. Although time is moving very quickly. I believe it's 2024 almost.
I know.
Oh, wow. See, I tell people time moves quickly. Notice how he doesn't get the paperwork mixed up. That's nice. It's nice for me because there's a lot of signatures.
Yeah, I think that's. They all seem to be a little older than the last time I talked to her about this. Hopefully things are gonna stop.
Now, I only know these because I've had some things happen at my home, so. Yeah. I've read.
Okay. And I think some less.
Mhm.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I'm getting.
My neighbors are usually good, so usually what I will do is we will sit at the end of our driveways and watch the children come by and give them candy. Oh, we always get a lot to Chattanooga. There is just a big parade. And then for Christmas, I just put a wreath on the door.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, of course, everybody takes them down. At least our family tradition is you put them up right after Thanksgiving, and then you take them down January 1st.
Correct.
But it's nice when you see all the decorations, you're like, I should have put up more. But then when you see everybody taking them down, and all you have to do is take your wreath off the door, it's nice.
I totally agree with you.
I've gone through phases. My first phase was I put up a lot of lights. Then they started where you could just put a video of the lights. So then I started doing that. And now I'm at the point where I just do a wreath on the door. Then I'm like, I have so many decorations to take down. And so I tell my neighbors. And then I'm like, let me see if I can do it. Take the wreath off and put a new wreath on. I'm like, oh, I'm done.
We already have that. So much. This is
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is something that.
Mhm.
Yeah, we haven't received a response yet. I see a note that they were gonna try to reach back out to them.
I ended up giving mine away. I said, anybody who wants, it can have it. Of course, the ornaments and everything, I kept those. But I used to put up a tree every year and load it down with ornaments. And then the taking it down part was just so. So I'm gonna figure out another way to
I would
show
be
my
like.
ornaments other than putting it on the tree. We shall see.
Alright, oh, yeah.
So do you do a live stream? Mhm.
But we're still no longer. You have like a hard drive on you, or I can burn it. But I think.
Okay, so actually.
I'll run it.
It just smells great. Right?
So we can have that smell.
Now I think they have that smell where you can put it in a can and you just spray it. Of course. I don't know, we'll see if we get some snow this year.
We're getting some sleet up.
Oh, wow. My experience with snow growing up, the first time it snowed, we were begging my mom to let us go outside. We went outside. I was out there for about 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, I'm done. It's cold out here.
Right.
My brothers and my cousins, they stayed out for a long time.
Find the snow. Great. I got some vacation.
Mhm. See, my mom, the Ferris, she's like, that's why I live in the South. But if I could get the perfect weather for me, it's a light breeze, about 72, 74 degrees. It's a shade. No, I cannot swim at all, but I will put my toes out there.
Yeah, I mean. Get that yourself out here. Oh, no, I know. I'm gonna do 5. It's okay, man. I need to put it down. You don't have to.
Oh, wow. Believe it or not, I've never been. Yeah.
You could see.
How far is it?
It's about 4.5.
Yeah, I'm okay, it's okay. Mhm.
Pretty barren until you pass the checkpoints and you can smile for all
Yeah, the longest I will drive is, well, I'll do 6 hours, but that's going to see family, but just driving for my own personal pleasure.
So
I try not to.
what do we do about him when this happened and he wasn't on medication? You know what, the city, I have to make a competency request first.
No,
They tell me he's competent.
I remember we drove once
Now,
to.
I gotta go make an insanity request. That's what they think.
My brother was, he was Kentucky because my brother was graduating from. Oh my gosh, that drive. And I wasn't even driving, I was just sleeping in the backseat and I would wake up, are we there? And then go back to sleep. So, yeah.
Go crazy, you good?
You guys have a good one. All right, you're welcome. All right, you too.
But that's the thing, competency first. Then you got-
Norma Elizondo.
President ready, Your Honor.
Yes.
Judge, I think Travis might be in the bathroom.
Okay.
I don't see it.
All right, we'll wait for that. Yes.
On February.
Okay. All right. So do you know if they're
Judge,
accepting your
they-
counteroffer?
They've made an offer. We've countered it. I was told today that he had to talk to somebody up above him to see about if we could come up with an agreement. My client is leaning towards that situation. There are some medical bills or CPS records that we haven't gotten yet. We've gotten some, but not everything.
All right, what records?
There's some subpoenas out to University Hospital, And Santa Rosa.
Center for Miracles, Keller.
Keeler Medical Group, there's a couple different subpoenas out that they're still awaiting returns back. They were just sent out like about a month ago.
All right. And so when are you going to speak to the powers that be regarding the defense's counteroffer? Or are they unavailable?
Well, the first chair is currently in trial and I would need to speak to her for a counteroffer in this case.
So that's the only person you'll have to speak to with regards to the counteroffer?
Yes, it's just a first chair case and I don't want to reduce the offer without talking to the first chair in this case.
Okay. All right.
We might be able to have an answer in a short period of time, but I would think for the records, what, 30 days, you think?
Sure. I mean, I think we're trying to get in contact with them and find out why there is a delay.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, recall this case in 3 weeks. State that's your deadline to consider their counteroffer.
Okay.
All right, what date, Ms. Ferguson?
November 28th.
All right, that's November 28th. And if you all need to contact a chief, it needs to be done before that date.
Yes, Judge.
All right, you're welcome.
May we be excused?
Yes. Katrina Ruiz.
Walking up here. Good morning.
Okay, good morning. All right, so as you know, family violence is in jury trial in impact court, so they can't try this case. So how long are you all expecting this trial to last? It's Katrina Ruiz, aggravated assault.
2 to 3 days. Yeah.
All right.
That sounds very good.
So do you know, is she going to the jury if she were found guilty or to the court?
She will be going to the jury.
All right. So, Ms. Ferguson, 3-day jury trial on Katrina Ruiz.
I can do January 16th.
All right, January 16th. Your plea deadline dates have expired. The court will not accept any plea bargain agreements in this case without good cause. Otherwise, you have to plead open to the court. Do you understand? All right, so that'll be at 9 a.m. on January 16th. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
You did. Enjoy your Halloween.
Thank you. All right, Jessica Gonzalez.
Yes,
On Javier Esparza.
yes,
Where is Mr. Esparza?
not in the courtroom.
All right, could I see the file on Javier Esparza? All right, court is calling 2023 CR 2531, State of Texas versus Javier Esparza. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Travis Banks for the state of Texas.
Jessica Gonzalez for Mr. Esparza.
All right. The defendant has not appeared in the courtroom. It is now 10:28 a.m. This hearing was scheduled for 9 a.m. Deputy Laura, did you make an announcement for Javier Esparza?
Yes, Your Honor, I did. There is no answer.
All right, defense.
Yes, Your Honor. He has reached out to our office and it appears that he may be having a mental health issue. So we're asking that this case be recalled for later in the week so I can have him be brought in before the courts.
All right, state.
The state moves to revoke the bond. Should your honor want to allow him a grace period to come in without having the bond revoked, the state would be understanding of that.
All right, the court is going to issue a bond forfeiture, remand your client without bond. If he makes an appearance, the court will reconsider.
Thank you, Your Honor. May we be excused for him?
Yes,
Or may I be excused?
yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. That's a bond forfeiture. All right, Norma, any contact from Joanne Eckel? Okay. All right, so the attorneys we need are Brendan Lopez.
I text everyone.
Okay. And James Toshi is requesting a jury trial on Eros Rodriguez.
Got a hold of the person he was supposed to get hold of.
I'm sorry, what?
Jim Tochi was asking your case. Already contacted that person.
Oh, well, we shall see.
She's expecting the 4:37. He said he'll be right over.
All right,
He's made contact with him or her.
okay.
We're ready to approach him.
Is it gonna be continued or what?
No, we're just asking for this.
Can you pull him from the fire, from the wall?
Yes.
You have that sign, please. Thank you.
Okay, sure. Oh, is that Lamir? They just gave me this without his file. Yeah, if you could. Oh, sure.
One of these times. Maybe in the right for the joint.
Court is calling 2000. Oh, sorry. We'll take up Morley as soon as the court reporter is back.
She's like.
She actually, I think so, like a long time ago. She's her chair, she used to be. She hasn't.
Oh, and whenever Bashan, whenever his person is ready to zoom in. For March 2nd. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Back there.
Where's it gonna go? We're still in hearings.
Once you get it and you review it, you would have done very fortunate.
Well, now we're having hearings because they think that you can be a victim and a conspirator.
They tried it.
Yeah, well,
Not
that is
against
right.
fun. Not against fun.
I'm already there. I mean, she's already told the state. I don't know. They said, well, Jennifer, she said, not here. And I said, not against me. I had law already. I mean, I had law that said. And
They just.
they said, well, how are you going to prove that there have to be an agreement? There's an agreement. Well, she told the police that, you know, what was going on, and she gave herself a whole bunch. So that's testimonial, so there's a confrontation clause problem. So we're still having hearings on all that.
Well, I love it. Although I am disappointed by these.
I'm sworn to my.
Yeah.
I expect to prevail in my hearing, and then that's gonna solve all my problems. It's fine, Dave. Good. Busy, but I'm enjoying it. It's a very interesting issue about arguing. So I enjoy something, I enjoy things that are different. We're having that, say, today. It's, well.
All right, who's the officer with the warrants? All right, if you'll come this way, please. All right. Lawrence Sykes. All right, could you raise your right hand? You solemnly swear and affirm all of the true and correct in the thing your personal knowledge. And as you sign them, you will hand them to me. All right, if everyone will give me a moment, the first case we're going to do is Richard Morley. And then after that, we'll take up Mr. Lamir. So just give me a second while I sign these documents. And just make sure I signed everything and then accidentally skip the page. Otherwise, you'll have to make a trip back. So I'm not that finished with these cases. No. Oh, tell her I said hi. Yes. I hope everything's going well. Oh, that is awesome. Yeah, okay. All right, so we're gonna start with Richard Morley, and then after that, we'll do Mr. Lamir, and then we'll take up yours. You're welcome. Have a great day. Court is calling 2023 CR 0031, State of Texas versus Richard Morley. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense? For the defense?
Taylor Angel for the defense.
And are you Richard Morley?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision and First Amendment Motion to Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Richard Morley who was placed on community supervision in 2023 CR 0031 for the offense of violation of sex offender registration on January 27, 2023 for a term of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 35, on or about the 16th day of February 2023 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Richard Morley did then and there fail to comply with the chapter 62 requirements in violation of condition number 35.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
And the state will waive and abandon the remaining allegations.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 35? Court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you to 4 years into prison and up to a $1,500 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition 35?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 35 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, the agreement and should Your Honor choose to accept it is to revoke the defendant's probation and sentence the defendant to 4 years in the TDC and recommend the therapeutic community and any available drug treatment that is there for the defendant. And the state will further TIC and reject CM number 108236.
All right, is that the agreement?
That's the agreement.
And
There was
Mr.
one more charge.
Oh, yes, there's a failed ID. Let me.
And Mr. Morley, are you asking the court to follow this agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, the number on that failed to ID case is county court number 718746. Would also be TIC as part of
All
this.
right. Then the court will grant the motion, sentence you to 4 years in the prison. Give you credit for any time served. There's a $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. Take in consideration CM 108236, County Court Cause number 718746. I'll recommend the therapeutic community, but they're probably not going to accept you based upon your charges. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
Nothing further from the state, Your Honor.
Nothing further.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Morley, whatever your drug issues are, you need to report and you need to register. If you don't register, at some point, you're going to be labeled a habitual and your minimum is going to be 25 years in the prison. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Take care. Richard.
Thank you. All right, Christopher Lamir. Lamir. I keep saying Lamir. All right, and we have Monica Mendiola by Zoom.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Are you able to show your video?
I am in a scarecrow costume, so I am not sure.
Oh, well, let's not do that, but thank you for letting us know. All right, I know you were not intending on being in court today. All right, we're going to go. Yeah, we're going to go on the record in 2018 CR 0858, State of Texas versus Christopher Scott Lamir or Lamir.
Lamir.
Lamir. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
defense?
Victor Gomez.
All right, and are you Mr. Lamir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, we're here on a motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. There were some issues. And the issue was regarding what is happening at the rest care facility. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, whether he could stay there or not stay there, continue his attendance there at the group home rest care.
All right, any objections to Miss Mendiola appearing by Zoom?
No, Your Honor.
No objections, Judge.
All right, any objections to her not showing her video?
No, Your Honor.
No objections.
All right. Does everyone know that this is actually Miss Mendiola? And I'm just saying that so the record can be clear that we know this is who it purports to be, since we don't have a video.
Your Honor, I have not seen her physically, but I have spoken to her, and that voice sounds that is Miss Mendiola. And she has provided me with a letter to present to the court. So, and when we talked, she's mentioned she would like to show up on Zoom, and I said, that'd be great.
All right, Miss Mendiola, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Monica Mendiola?
All right, are there any questions, or do we just want to discover what information she has? Because the court and probation has concerns about what is happening at respite care and whether or not that's a place he should be.
Right. I'll have a few questions for Miss Mendiola, Judge.
All
if I
right,
may.
you may proceed.
Miss Mendiola, this is Victor Gomez. Briefly, we spoke yesterday, as you recall. Correct?
Yes, Mr. Gomez.
Okay. I know you're in a meeting, but let me ask you a few questions. What is your duties and responsibilities there at the rest care facility
As the provider or is in my position?
in your position?
I am the executive director, so I oversee all lines of business that we offer from HCS to ICF.
Okay. And under your supervision, do you know a Miss Jones?
Yes, Quishita Jones.
Right. And what is her position there at rest care?
She is a qualified intellectual disability professional, which we call a QIDP. However, she's been on a leave of absence due to medical reasons for quite some time. So I was really surprised yesterday when you and I spoke and you told me that she was attending the hearings or participating via Zoom while she's not an active employee with us. She is out again on a leave of absence related to a medical condition.
Okay. And as far as refusing a individual to continue to stay at the group home, whose decision would that be? Hers, yours, or a staff or board?
It's something that we call the decision of an IDT, an interdisciplinary team meeting. And there's multiple people that are part of that, but ultimate say so. I will either approve or disapprove continuing supports or services for somebody.
Okay. And last question, Ms. Mendiola, has there been any reports of any violations that have raised your concern about Mr. Lamir?
Not recently. I know we did have an issue at one of the homes that he lived at, but we were able to move him to another home, and he's done really well at the new location, which is our Sage Trail home.
Okay. And you have provided me a letter indicating that he is still able to return to rest care. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. No further questions. Pass the witness, Judge.
All right, any questions, State?
Just a moment, Judge, I'm sorry. No questions, Your Honor.
All right, so I have a few questions. There's been an issue with regards to his GPS and not charging it.
Mhm.
Are you aware of that?
Ms. Mendiola?
Oh, no, I was not aware of that. That's not something that we as the provider are obligated to be responsible for. It's not something that HHSC requires us to manage. He would have to manage that on his own.
Well, since he is in your facility or one of the group homes, is there any way, because obviously he's there, he has some sort of mental issues as well. Is there a case manager or someone who can go over daily activities with him and just include one of those daily activities? Has he charged the device? Because that's the court's concern. If the device is not going to be charged, then he's a violation of his probation, and we're right back here with him being taken into custody and going to jail for not charging his GPS device.
Yeah, so we can do a couple of different things there to support him remembering to do this. So we can put some training objectives in place where staff are asking him daily, did he do it? Ultimately, he would be the one responsible for plugging it in, but we can do some coaching and some teaching. However, our staff will not be the ones to ensure that he charged it every night.
Oh, no, I just want him to have a reminder, because there seems to be an issue, mental health issues and potentially cognitive issues. So if somebody reminds him and says, have you charged it? You need to charge your device today. Whether he charges or not, of course, is completely up to him. And then if you all remind him and he chooses not to charge it, then we will know where we are.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do some in-servicing on our staff as well, so they know what it looks like. They know how to prompt him for it. We can also do some data collection just for documentation purposes to see, hey, we asked him 2 times today, we asked him 3 times today, and then we can document whether he participated or not. That way, if we are ever here again, I can kind of come with some data to say, we've done our part as the provider, he's failing to do it. Or he's refusing to do it. At least that would give us a baseline.
All right. And then the other issue has been his sober support meetings. Are you all able to facilitate that or no?
So no, we don't facilitate that. What we do offer is general counseling here at our facility. And I know he was meeting the counselor, I believe, once or twice a month. But not related to NA or AA. I know I spoke to mom yesterday and she said that he typically arranges those himself.
All right. So with regards to the sober support meetings, because he does have a substance abuse issue as well. And who knows, once the mental health issues are taken care of, maybe then the underlying substance abuse issues will be taken care of as well. Is there any way that you all can put that as a part of his stay there to remind him that he needs to do his sober meetings as well?
Yes, and if we can get the days that those are and the times, we probably can assist with transportation as well. The only thing that worries me is that there's 5 other individuals in that home as well that require just as much attention, not related to court issues or legal issues, that unfortunately, that will always take precedence. It may be a medical appointment. It may be a counseling session at the same time that Chris would have AA or NA. And unfortunately, because based off the guidelines that Medicaid requires us to follow, those medical appointments will take precedence. So I don't want the court to think that we're obligated to take him and ensure he makes all of those, but we definitely can be helpful in getting him there as long as we're told timely of the time, date, and location of the meeting.
No, he's going to need a reminder that he has to do that.
Okay.
And then the other issue is individual counseling. So you're saying he has counseling there. What is that counseling related to?
I'm not sure what they talk about. I have not. Let me see if there's any case notes in the system right now. Christopher may be able to tell you what he talks with our counselors.
I don't want to broach, I don't want to get in regards to HIPAA. I just want to know, is that counseling session, is it for mental health issues? Is it for medical issues? Is it for substance abuse issues?
Mental health.
Okay. All right. Any other questions?
Well, I just don't know, Judge, and maybe this is for, I don't know if we need a witness for this, but it doesn't sound like I'm a little concerned when you asked about GPS and Ms. Mandela said that's not really our responsibility. It seems like maybe this is setting up the defendant for failure. This doesn't seem like the type of support he needs. And then he asked about server support meetings and the response was, well, we can for sure remind him about that. And that just doesn't seem like the type of support the defendant needs. So I'm concerned about that. Also on the page with the recommendation and the justification of the court summary, it's supposed to do 90 and 90.
Yes.
We've got proof of 31 online in the 90-day period. And then there's some talk about some manipulative behaviors in the court summary too. So Judge, I just don't want to set the defendant up for failure here. The big issues here, the failure to comply with the GPS, the server support meetings, the 90 days. And
Okay, and I'm aware that Ms. Mendiola was called so that everybody could get an idea of what is happening at the facility, but he hasn't entered his pleas yet. Before he entered his plea to the motion to revoke, I wanted everyone to have the knowledge from Ms. Mendiola of what is actually happening at the facility. So are there any other questions for her?
No, ma'am.
All right, then what we'll do is then we'll move into the motion to revoke because now everybody has their information. I have my information. Probation, is there any information you would need from her?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so we're gonna start with the motion to revoke. Have you all discussed that,
No, ma'am.
the actual allegations in the motion?
Does he want to plead any of these?
I discussed it with Daniel
Okay.
and then
So does he want to plead any of these? Or?
he failed that one day on the GPS. He's been attending the AA online and the counseling.
And Ms. Mendiola, thank you so much for zooming in. I really do appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
Sure. All right, are you all ready to proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Mendiola, if you'll stay online so you'll know what the decision ultimately is.
Yes.
Yes, Judge.
Be true to that one.
Okay.
All right, court is calling 2018 CR 0858, State of Texas versus Christopher Scott Lamir. Can I have parties announce again for the record for the state
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
defense?
Victor Gomez.
And are you Mr. Lamir?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same Christopher Scott Lamir who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2018 CR 0858 for the offense of burglary of a habitation on May 13, 2019 for a period of 6 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 34 on or about the 19th day of September 2023 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Christopher Scott Lamir, did then and there fail to comply with all rules, regulations, and instructions of the GPS program in violation of condition number 34.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
I will waive the other violations, Judge.
Any objection?
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition 34, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition 34?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition 34 true. Is there an agreement with regards to revocation? State, are you asking for revocation?
No, ma'am, we're not. So I guess we already agreed on that. We're asking that you be continued, but we are asking that could go to state ISS, the cognitive intervention track.
All right, defense, what are you asking? Defense, what are you asking for?
Your Honor, we're respectfully asking that he continue on the rest care group home facility. It's a structured facility, as you heard. They'll remind him and give him reminders. It's always up to the individual to continue, Judge, but he's doing everything you're asking. One time he failed, and medications and the structure of the program, one time out of maybe two years, close to 2 years. I think that we ought to allow him to continue with that IDD group home facility. And he's starting to make friends, and the move again is.
All right, well, I will tell you that there was a previous issue and he was admonished about charging GPS in October. So, Ms. Mendiola,
Yes, ma'am.
you're still under oath. Can you tell the court what is his day-to-day routine at your facility?
Yes, so it is a regulated, licensed facility monitored by the state of Texas. So we usually get our individuals up at about 6 a.m. We start preparing for the day, and that includes our day program services. So at 6 a.m., he would be prompted to shower, pack his lunch, help make breakfast for the other individuals in the home. They kind of do it all together. Then they eat all together as a family. He takes his medications with a delegated staff present to ensure that all medications are taken appropriately as prescribed. Then they would head over to our day program, which is located at the core office in the back half of the building. And there they engage in different activities. Some outings take place. They do a lot of interaction with each other. They do some money management classes, just depending on his skill set and what he's interested in. Art classes are available, yoga, so on and so forth. They get picked up at about 4 p.m. from the day program, and then they head home, where they then get ready for the evening, which is preparing dinner, getting the house clean, doing any chores that are assigned to them on any given days. And then they get ready for bed. Again, delegated staff monitor medication administration for evening meds, and he's typically in bed by about 9 p.m.
All right. So when his GPS monitor was not charged, was he still at the home, or was he just missing and nobody knew where he was?
He was at the home.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Any follow-up questions?
Ms. Mendiola, one question. He's prompted to do all the activities, right? He's reminded, this is the time you go here and there. Is that true?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. So that's something that could be added, that to prompt them, just to tell them, hey, don't forget, charge your GPS.
Yeah, so the state of Texas, when they enter for surveys, they do require us to show training objectives, and we have to show that it's based off their ability to follow the directives and understand what they're doing. So by us adding that, it would be one of his training objectives. And then there's an ultimate goal in place for it. So we would say something simple like brushing your teeth. We're going to prompt you no more than 2 times to brush your teeth, and the end result is good oral hygiene. So it has to be something we identify that he needs help with, and then an end goal that needs to be accomplished. So we would need to track it into accomplishment.
Now, Ms. Mendiola, I've been informed by the mom that she's providing a compact recharger for that GPS. Is that something that could be done while he's at the day hab? To recharge it with the
so I'm not familiar with how ankle monitors work, so I don't know. I'm assuming it needs to be like, is there a certain time frame he's able to take it off? I don't know the specifications of that.
No, he is not allowed to take the GPS off at all.
Okay. So I would say the best bet is probably the home, where he's more stationary. The day hab is, think of it like school. There's multiple classrooms that he has to go in and out of, different curriculums he has to be a part of. So I'm not sure how successful that will be. There's also 125 people that come to this facility versus at the home. There's only 5 other individuals besides him. So my recommendation would be he charge it at home where it's not so busy.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Anything else?
No questions, Your Honor.
Nothing for
All right. This is the court's decision. It seems that this is a stable place for him. I don't know, maybe there was a breakdown in communication about what he needs, what would help him, but I don't want to disrupt him from leaving the placement. Now, Mr. Lamir, here's the issue. You have got to charge that device, period. And it'll probably be best for you, just when you finish with your day activities, charge it at night. I think that charger will last for the full day. We are not coming back here again for you not charging a GPS device. Do you understand?
I understand, Your Honor.
You need to make arrangements for your sober meetings. It appears that you know how to do that. They're telling me that they're going to remind you to do your sober meetings, which you can do online. They're telling me they're going to remind you to charge your GPS. While you're charging your GPS, You could be doing your sober meeting online. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do not come back here again because your GPS is not being charged or you're not doing your sober meetings. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have a question about anything?
How many more sober meetings do I have? The rest of the 90, right?
Well, no, you were supposed to do 90 meetings in 90 days. So you need to do 90 meetings in 90 days.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
There are consequences to actions. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Ms. Mendiola, are you all able to have someone transport him from the Bexar County Jail to your facility?
Yes, and we usually work with Armando, the forensics person. He'll reach out to us and make sure everything's good for us to be able to pick him up. They'll release him to one of our staff members. We have to show identification and all that.
All right, I'll let him remain at the facility. And he's to be transferred from custody to the facility.
No.
All right, is there anything?
Yes, Judge. Mr. Lamir still has the GPS on. That apparatus, I don't believe has been recharged, so I'm sure it's discharged by now. So can he recharge it there at the jail before he leaves? or
Oh, I have
does-
no idea.
I don't know how that works.
You'll need to
either.
talk to Deputy Laura and Deputy Mejia.
Okay.
They are knowledgeable on all things Bexar County Jail.
And if not, he won't be, until he gets it recharged, I don't know if the signal will go out. When he gets transported to the home. That's my concern. I don't want you to be all of a sudden on violation because it's not reading.
Last time they gave me a little bit of time to get it charged again.
Okay. As long as we know.
And are we looking at release today?
Yes, he'll be released today.
Okay.
Well, when I say today, you probably need to make arrangements because the jail will probably release him at midnight.
Yeah, if we can work on that again, I've got 5 other residents in the home. That would mean that they would have to all wake up to go pick him up, and that's not something we would do. So we would need a.
Nobody wants to do a field trip?
Not at midnight.
All right. So
if we can work something out, if we can get him no later than 7 p.m., just so then again, our nursing team has to do an assessment on him to make sure that we're noting any injuries on him.
excuse me, sorry. You need to slow down. The court reporter has to take down what you're saying. So what were you saying about the release?
If we can do it anytime before 7 p.m., that will allow our nurse to do a physical assessment of him.
All right, I'll put Bexar County Jail release. Deputy Laura, can we call the jail and see if they can release him today at a decent hour? All right, we can check and see if he can be released this afternoon. Is that doable for you?
Yes, ma'am.
May I offer up some information?
Yes.
If there's a mental health pool and noted in the jail, they will only do releases before 1 p.m.
Oh, okay. Let's see if we can get him. Let's see if we can do it. All right, thank you. Jessica, you're always bringing great information to the court. I appreciate that. So we'll see if he can get released today. If not today, then tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. And if you'll facilitate that, make sure you call them and let them know when he's going to be released.
Sure, I'll let him know.
Probation, is there anything else?
As long as I-
Well, he's starting the 90 days over. Yes.
Got it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Who is here on Jose Manares?
Oh, he's up there.
Okay, who is the prosecutor on this? All right. This one, I might. All right, we're on the record in 2023 CR 8297 and 2019 CR 4160, State of Texas. All right, everyone needs to whisper. State of Texas versus Jose Manares. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense.
Will Brooks for the defendant.
All right. And are you Jose Manares?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
All right, and the cause number ended in 4160. You entered a plea of true to violations 1 and 15G. The court found 1 and 15G true. And then there was a plea in the evading arrest detention, cause number in 8297. And you apply for deferred adjudication in the case, and the court asked that this be brought back so the court could review a couple of things and make a determination on whether or not the court will grant the motion. Is there anything you would like to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Judge, if I may. It'd be pretty simple to just revoke him and send him to prison. He didn't report, didn't do what he was supposed to do, picked up a new evading. Consequently, if I had an arrest warrant, I would probably flee from the police myself. Not that that excuses it, Judge. I will say that I don't know that his personal issues have ever been addressed in previous case history. He was screened for, and I believe recommended for DDRF. Initially, it was the thought that he would be disqualified because of the offense, but I was told this morning that they would in fact accept him into that program. So I'm of the mindset where I think it'd be wonderful for the court to give him an opportunity to work on some of his personal issues and demonstrate to the court that he is in fact capable of completing probation once that's done.
All right, and state, I believe you're silent, is that correct?
So Judge, I think this was one where we were going to I don't believe the state at the previous hearing made a recommendation.
No.
We were gonna recommend revocation, at least 10 years TDC. The issue here, Judge, is not just the fact that he was on probation and he didn't report. It's the fact that he also evaded arrest and in the course of that committed an assault. That's not what he pled to, but and that was being taken into consideration, but that's also a concern for the state, that he knew he had a warrant and he took extreme measures to make sure that that wasn't effectuated. He failed, but that put a lot of people at risk.
I mean, that's the court's concern. Probation, what are you recommending? Sorry.
Judge, I think he was using at the time, if I remember. Certainly impacts his decision-making abilities.
Okay.
Your Honor, the original recommendation from probation was for revocation. Just because he has the 3 new cases, it looks like he was given a second chance to comply with conditions, but failed to do so, and he absconded for over 2 years before he was arrested on his NTR warrant. We understand that there may be some mental health issues. I did reach out to management of the DDRF program, and due to his charge, he was originally turned away. However, again, prompting, they said that to go ahead and go with referral. That is if Your Honor chooses to move forward with continuing him on probation.
All right, anything you wish to say, Mr. Manares?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record. Oh, state your name for the record.
Jose Manares.
All right, what would you like to say?
I just wanted to say thank you for hearing me out.
while I've been in custody, I've been doing a bunch of different classes and programs that are there at the jail.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a certificate for social values and anger management, and I'm taking like 5 other classes or 6. I'm starting 2 more this week. I've just been doing whatever I could to utilize my time. I know that I haven't made smart choices and been responsible, but I'm hoping to get the opportunity to get things like on a better, I guess you could say a better note, like just do things the right way. I mentioned last time to you when I got to talk to you that living like running, it wasn't anything enjoyable. Couldn't work, I couldn't do anything, and no matter what you decide, I'm just thankful to have the opportunity to be able to start fresh and after I get all of this behind me, have the shot at getting everything right.
Okay. All right. So Mr. Manares, here's the issue with the court, and this is a problem. And I do look at people as individuals and look at their cases. So I understand the issue with the DDRF, but based upon what you're telling me and based upon the reports I've read, you knew you had to report and you didn't. And this is not your first motion to revoke that's been filed against you. You had a previous one, and I think that was for not reporting. And I know that I always tell people who are placed on probation in my court, and I wouldn't say always, maybe sometimes I don't, but I know the intent is, and I'm sure I told you at least when there was a motion to revoke, was if there's anything that the court can do to help you, let us know. If there's an issue with probation and you feel like they're not addressing your issues, you can always come to the court and talk to the court about it. The problem is you've been missing for a long time. I know now you're saying, hey, I'm at the jail, I'm getting my life in order, I'm tired of looking over my shoulder. But what you've come to me with is you're on felony probation and you picked up another felony. So I'm not going to grant your application. And in 4160, I'm going to find you guilty. Revoke. There's to be no contact with Gabriela Villarreal and Gilberto Dominguez. Just one moment. There is an affirmative finding of family violence. And the court will sentence you to 6 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. And there's an affirmative finding of a deadly weapon. And then, and cause number, and I'm sorry, that will run concurrent with 2023 CR 8297. And I'll request the therapeutic community. And in cause number 2023 CR 8297, court is going to find you guilty, sentence you to 6 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. This will run concurrent with 2019 CR 4160. Is there any restitution involved?
Judge, I don't think we were able to contact the complaints in that case.
Okay. I will do. Do you know who the names? I'm trying to find it in the police report. I don't see it.
From the ag assault judge?
No, from the evading. I think there was I think I see it. There's restitution, if any, to Sylvia Cepeda. Do you see anyone else?
Julian Renee Elizondo.
Okay, Julian Renee Elizondo. All right. All right, and I'll request the therapeutic community, whether they place you in there, is completely up to them. I don't have any jurisdiction to force them to do that. And each cause number, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Documents with your attorney. Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
And cause number 2023 CR 8297, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
And cause number 2019 CR 4160, you do have a limited right to appeal, and that right to appeal is related to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you want deferred adjudication. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Because these are convictions, felony convictions, and also because cause number 2019 CR 4160, there's an affirmative finding of family violence. You're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Manares, you're gonna have to start making better decisions. I understand that maybe there was a breakdown in communication with regards to whether or not DDRF would accept you, but that does not excuse your not reporting for the amount of time you did and for you evading arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, do we have an interpreter on Carlos Madrigal?
We don't need him.
Oh, he doesn't need an interpreter? Okay. Carlos Madrigal.
Morning.
Good morning. All right, where are we on this case?
If the court would recall, this is the one that was, had some interesting
Yes.
immigration issues. His mother's birth certificate was located. It has been sent to the immigration attorney, David Castillo. Mr. Castillo has filed a, application on behalf of Carlos, to, I guess, seek citizenship, as a child of an American citizen.
All right, so I understand those issues, but we're not going to wait on this case for him.
I advised the immigration lawyer this morning that that wouldn't happen since he's telling me a year to a year and a quarter.
Oh, yeah, no.
So,
All right.
But we do appreciate the court allowing us that time to get the process started since his mother is an American citizen.
All right, how long is this jury trial going to take?
Probably be a 3 to 4 day.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial date for this case, please.
We can do January 16th.
All right, your jury trial date is January 16th. And I'll make it that your jury trial date and your plea deadline date, because I know we were waiting the birth certificate issue and the immigration issues. And at that time, the immigration attorney needs to have prepared the Padilla letter.
I'll advise him on that. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Satara Portillo.
Your Honor, one more minute on that case.
Sure.
We are ready with Ms. Rodriguez.
All right, Erica Rodriguez. Oh, sure, no problem. So do you want to move with Erica Rodriguez now? Okay. Okay. Hello.
Hey.
Let me see what's going on with you. Oh, so this is what's going on. I know I ordered some no unsupervised contact with minors.
Yes.
And they're telling me that Child Protective Services, I guess as a part of their service plan, that they're allowing you to, well, they're asking that that be lifted.
Yes.
So the court was requesting an order, which probation is on it.
It's not an order, Judge, but those are two emails, one from CPS, I believe, and one from the
Okay.
family court, and I believe her case manager, monitor is here from the. from
Let's have the
family
monitor
court.
come forward.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. How's it going?
Doing good.
All right, let me just read this real quick. All right, so the court received a supplemental report asking the court to lift the no unsupervised contact with minors. So are you aware how she's doing? I received the two emails.
I'm not actually her full-time monitor for family drug court, so I wasn't aware that that was requested. But overall with our program, she's done absolutely excellent. Her son has been reunified with her, and we do work hand in hand with CPS. I know she mentioned there were some issues with her having to move from one residence to the other. And the concern on CPS side of things at that point was it was just not appropriate for reunification of her son at that original residence. And so that is why she did move to the next residence, which was her brother's. But overall with her treatment, she's doing excellent with all of her service plan and all of her everything that's asked from her from our court.
Okay. And probation, anything you'd like to add?
No, Your Honor, the CSO that's assigned to her is saying that she's basically in compliance and she's not having any issues with her at this point.
Okay, when's the last time you did a UA?
The 27th of October. 27th of October, yes. Which would be Friday.
Okay.
Maybe.
And then I also I come to the courthouse 3 times a week also.
Okay. Would you be prepared to do a UA today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you for coming.
Yes.
It always helps with decision making.
Absolutely.
Your Honor, the testing is still in progress.
All right, so I tell you what, you give me a negative UA today, then I will go along with what family drug court is telling me. Okay? And mind you, I'm doing this because part of my job is to protect Bexar County.
Yes.
And children are part of Bexar County. I try to tell people that, people are just like, no, but I'm like, yes. So we'll do a UA today. And if the UA is negative, then she can reside with her brother at her brother's residence with random field visits. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And Vashawn, while you're doing that, I'll take this other case. Eros Rodriguez. Hello.
We're ready, Judge.
Okay, you all ready for a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
All righty.
We do need a interpreter, Spanish interpreter. But just whenever I'll witness this tomorrow, maybe, Judge.
Okay. And who needs?
This complaining witness needs an interpreter, Judge.
All right. So we can do jury selection tomorrow. Or either we can reset this to do the jury trial another day.
My preference would be to do that only because of today is gonna be very busy. I don't want to dress like that. And if we're gonna have a trial, I don't, honestly, it would be very difficult for me to go shop, get clothes and actually get them to him by tomorrow morning. I know the court's familiar with that, but if we're actually gonna have a trial, which I do not think we were going to. I definitely want to get him more suitable clothing.
All right. No,
So-
I understand that. So, Ms. Ferguson, when can we put this on a jury trial date? Is it going to be a short trial or?
Yes, ma'am.
It should be, Judge.
2 witnesses, maybe 3 witnesses.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
all that I'm aware of.
So, Ms. Ferguson, what day can we put this? They say it's going to be a very short trial.
I could do. In with the December 5th.
All right, there's nothing available in November.
You want, I can do November 7th.
We can see what we look like on November 7th.
Okay, that is not a very good day for me. It's really close, but.
I mean, well, honestly, I know we have other cases set that day. That's why she picked to the December date. I didn't know if you all defense wanted something earlier or later. Because if it's not on that day, then it will be December.
The later date works better for me.
All right, what date did you say, Ms. Ferguson?
December 5th.
All right, it'll be December 5th.
Okay, that is fine.
Judge, could we request the interpreter? Does the court request interpreter?
Oh, if you'll just let Ms. Ferguson know you need an interpreter for a witness.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. And is that going to be your first witness? Do you know?
Either first or second, Judge.
Okay. All right. We will see you all then.
Yes, Judge.
And Mr. Toshi,
Yes, ma'am.
that December 5th date will also be the plea deadline date as well.
Okay, Judge.
Clarissa Shepherd. All right, PTD.
Yes, Your Honor. They asked us to file a affidavit non prosecution that has been filed. I have the PTD application in my hand. They verified with the complaining witness on the affidavit. So I'm gonna walk down the hall and turn this in.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a PTD date for Shepherd.
They can come back on December 7th.
All right, December 7th. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Ms. Cupid, you waiting for this?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Your Honor.
Yes.
Negative results.
All right, then we can go forward with, yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Yes.
And then Ms. Abrams, let me know whenever you're ready on Portillo. And then I'm looking at search warrants now. All right, if I could see the Detective Espinoza and Martinez. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, good. Are you Detective Espinoza and Detective Martinez? Could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm all is true and correct in within your personal knowledge? And if you will hand those to me once they are. Do you need a pen? Okay. And Norma, we need Patrick Yamas on Sean Cormy. After I sign this, we'll take that up.
Professional. Basketball.
Sorry.
Yes, December 7th. Well, he didn't, he said he was, that was, beginning that last year.
Okay, so this is the understandable.
And so I didn't get him.
Welcome, have a good one. All right, Sean Patrick Carmy. Your attorney is not here. And we're recessing at 12, so. And I need to file on Carmy. All right, do you know if you've seen the person for misdemeanor drug court?
No,
So no one's talked to you about misdemeanor drug court?
they talked to me about it, but I haven't seen like the actual person.
So you haven't been evaluated by them?
I'm not sure.
What's with misdemeanor drug court?
Study 94-11.
Is that Judge Stowe or? Okay, let me see.
Erica Pena?
Okay.
County Court 11.
Should be still.
Because I think the other one is DWI, but they call it something else now. Everybody's changing their name. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna reset you and your attorney is gonna have to contact them. Here's the thing. I know you don't want to be reset.
I've been here for so long for something even new, and I'm just ready to sign anything.
Well, we don't want you to be at the point where you're ready to sign anything because there are consequences for signing anything.
I don't care if he's not here or not. Is there any way I can sign it or no?
No. And I will tell you, you've been here since October 10th before me. And now we're back. We were set on October 24th.
This is the third time.
Yeah, I know. We were set on October 24th to see what's happening with misdemeanor court. All right. The attorney is not here. I'm assuming he wants you in misdemeanor court. So let me call that judge and see if they can put you on the docket. It really shouldn't take them that long to evaluate you. Hi, this is Judge Stephanie Boyd. What you need, have you already gone down to that court?
I spoke with them yesterday afternoon, Your Honor, and I need to confer with the prosecutor today about it. They informed me because of the charge that they don't accept that type of charge.
No, it's the court's understanding that he has a misdemeanor case. Does he not have a misdemeanor case?
This case is going to be reduced to a misdemeanor so that he could have done that program.
All right, so they're not going to accept him?
That's correct.
All right, so they're not going to accept you with this, even if this is reduced. So there we go. Problem solved with that. So what are we doing with this case?
I just need to confer with the prosecutor briefly to.
Okay.
We had some other alternatives we were thinking about.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And then Norma, this is going to have to be recalled because we're breaking at noon. So they can discuss and. Yes. Are you right on Portillo? All right. Miss Portillo? All right. So it appears that she's not going to be able to obtain the drug patch, really. Are you employed yet or no?
Yeah, I actually, this morning I got the job that I interviewed for yesterday.
Mhm.
So I will have a job. I do start Tuesday.
All right. And if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
I will come out negative or positive for marijuana.
All right. And what else?
That's it.
All right. Can we do a drug test? All right. So we're going to do a drug test. Then we'll come back with you. And there's no way to test for alcohol here at the court, is there? Okay.
I don't.
Okay. Are we going to be positive for more than just marijuana? Okay. Norma,